Name and form. Name and form as such are not reality. Name is non-existent without your being present. Form is also non-existent without your being present. Therefore, it is your presence alone that makes name and form real. So name and form are yourself, reality. But why do we give a thing a name? Because you want the transient to be always associated with a permanent background, since you are yourself that permanent, changeless principle behind the body, senses, and mind. So that name denotes the unknown background, the truth, which is in fact the best known. Soon after your birth, your parents give you a particular name. You continue to be known by that name alone till your death. So we see that the name is changeless. Changeless means beyond time and space. That which is changeless in you is the real I principle, pure consciousness. Therefore, the name can pertain only to that I principle, and the I principle is the absolute. Therefore, every name is the name of the absolute. Now, coming to such names as man, chair, or water, all these are generic names, and we have already proved that there are no objects corresponding to these names. You may then think they are mere ideas, but there can never be ideas conceiving gross objects without the gross objects themselves being there. Therefore, these names transcend both the physical and mental realms. That which transcends the mental and physical is the absolute. Therefore, all these names denote the absolute. Every name represents the ultimate. The name given to me by my parents at my birth is the only one changeless thing that still continues with me in the midst of ever-changing body, senses, and mind. Therefore, the name pertains to the real self in me, Atman, and not to the body, senses, or mind. What does it mean getting beyond name and form? Understanding name and form to be but an expression of the impersonal, and then meditating even upon that name and form takes you beyond name and form. Then the reaction that comes is from the impersonal, and it is more a response. And that spontaneously raises you to the impersonal. But how to transcend name and form? Being attracted by the existence aspect of the absolute, which is everywhere, we start to examine what it is and immediately utilize our senses to do the job. The senses at once project their own respective objects and superimpose their own particular form upon the existence which is sensed, attributing the permanence of the absolute to the forms thus superimposed. In this way, we are deluded into the thought that the forms thus created are permanent, and we lose sight of the Absolute. In order to get beyond this delusion, we must go beyond these forms as well as the mind. Then we will see reality as one with consciousness. And on the subjective side, there is consciousness, and on the objective side, there is existence alone. Existence and consciousness being two aspects of the same reality. The subject-object relationship then vanishes. So existence may be said to be objective, but really is not, because that which exists is really neither inside nor outside. Names can be given only to objects. Objects have been proved to be nothing but consciousness. Therefore, the name also vanishes completely. Or you can say all names are the names of consciousness.